Guys, just wanted to make this quick video to explain the check register to you. So if you will look on Canvas where you see check register, you have an electronic check register where you're going to be maintaining your ECON BUCKS in class. First, let me explain something. We said that economics is not about the study of money or how to manage money. It's just not. It's about how to manage scarce resources we call factors of production. And how we do that is dependent upon our economic systems, which we're studying right now. However, as we've also studied, we see that the circular flow model tells us that how we exchange these goods and services and these scarce resources is through the medium of exchange, which in the United States is the Federal Reserve note or the U.S. dollar. In this class, in this classroom economy, you're going to have a dollar called ECON BUCKS. And the way that you're going to maintain or keep up with how much money that you have in the form of ECON BUCKS is through this electronic check register. So if you will now, just go ahead and click on that electronic check register, and you can begin to download that. It will go down to your bar, usually download, and if you open that, you can save it to your OneDrive. So while you're doing this, I'll explain a little bit about what we're going to do with these ECON BUCKS once you accumulate them and how you get them, how you earn the ECON BUCKS. First, how do you earn the ECON BUCKS? You earn the ECON BUCKS by grades. If you make 100 on a quiz or a test or an assignment, you receive 100 ECON BUCKS. If you receive a 50, then you receive 50 ECON BUCKS. So you can always check ASPED and update your register for based on your grades. Also, in addition to that, you can receive points or ECON BUCKS by playing Kahoots in class. Kahoots are usually used for review, but the points that you earn also translate to ECON BUCKS. And then occasionally I'll throw out questions that are worth say 100 or maybe even 1,000 or better ECON BUCKS. Now, how do you use those ECON BUCKS? Once per week in class, I'll hold a sale. We've already had one this week. That sale shows up on Aspen, and it's only open during certain times. You'll notice you'll see that appear on your calendar, the days of the sale, the times in which it will be open. You would open that sale, and if you want, you can offer me money for goods or services in the form of ECON BUCKS. The goods and services that would be bought could include bonus points. It could also include candy if you're an in-person learner. Obviously, I can't mail that out to you for distance learners. However, distance learners can still purchase the bonus points. The biggie that is offered for sale at the end of the 9 weeks, the one that everyone wants, is 100 on the final exam, and you don't have to take it. At the end of the 9 weeks, everyone in class, with the exception of one person, will be taking a final exam, a comprehensive final exam that covers everything from beginning of course to end of course. It's 75 multiple choice questions. However, one person in each class who offers me the most in the form of ECON BUCKS will be allowed to exempt the exam. They will not have to take it, and they will actually receive a grade of a 100 on the exam. Now, how do we maintain those ECON BUCKS? Hopefully by now you have your check register downloaded, you've opened it, and you've saved it to your OneDrive. I'm just going to open the sample register that opens for you to show you how to keep up and maintain this register. So I have already given everybody 200 bucks in their account. Everyone starts with at least 200 bucks. So as I explained earlier, you receive money from your grades. So way back in August of 18, when I first started doing this check register, we took a quiz called What is Economics? D stands for deposit. So in the number column, you're only going to have D for deposit or W for withdrawal. Now in the real world, obviously, if you had check numbers or something, you could put those there. But in this sample on 8/13, I took a quiz called What is Economics? And I made 100 on that quiz. Notice that money in goes in the plus column and money out goes in the minus column. So that left me a balance of 100 bucks. Then on that 8/15 of 2018, I had a deposit because I took a quiz called Chapter 1. And again, I had 100 bucks. So that gave me a balance of $200. Now let's just assume that on, let's just say today in this example, I'm going to say 8/18. Whoops. Be sure that you use the correct columns. 8/18/2020. Let's just say that I completed an assignment called Pearson Realized Scarcity, and I received a grade of an 80 on this assignment. So I'm going to put 80 in there. Notice that all I'm going to do is type in the 80 in the deposit column and click enter, and notice that the balance automatically calculates. I didn't have to add and subtract. So as long as you don't erase the formula, the spreadsheet will actually maintain your balance for you. So now let's suppose that on 8/19 I have a quiz called Scarcity. So I'm going to record that one, and let's assume that on the quiz I make a grade of a 90. So again, that's going to go in the credit column or the plus column. I just click enter, and my balance again automatically calculates. Now let me show you a sample of a withdrawal. Let's assume that on a sale, and in this example I'm going to say the sale was on 8/19. I'm just choosing a date there of 2020, and I purchased some candy at market price that day. The candy sold for, say, $80. I'm just going to put 80 in the debit column or the minus column, and notice that it calculates my balance there automatically for me. So you're going to maintain this register throughout the 9 weeks. You will turn this check register in to me at the end of the 9 weeks for a test grade. As long as your check register is correct, you can receive 100. It's not dependent upon how many Econ Bucks you have. It's your job to decide how to use the Econ Bucks throughout the 9 weeks to gain the most utility. Now, as I mentioned before, everyone has the opportunity to purchase the final exam and receive 100 on it, but it's only going to one person. So if we end the 9 weeks and you have 1,000,000 Econ Bucks in your account, but there's nothing left for sale because you couldn't. So if you didn't receive 100 on the final exam because you didn't have as much money as someone else or as many Econ Bucks as someone else, and they offered me more, they'll receive the 100 on the final exam. So what can you do with your Econ Bucks? Well, the answer is basically nothing at that point because they become worthless. As we move along in class, we're going to figure out what happens to the value of the Econ Bucks as the money supply increases. And I will tell you that the value of your Econ Buck will decrease as we move throughout the class. I'm telling you that up front. So it's your job to decide how to best use those Econ Bucks to gain the most utility. For instance, maybe you want to go ahead and purchase bonus points or other goods or services as we go throughout the class in order to maximize your utility. There's another economic term for you. Utility means basic usefulness, satisfaction derived from something. So you want to maximize your utility from your Econ Bucks as we move throughout the class. If you have any questions about how to maintain your check register, please don't hesitate to call me or email me or send me a message through Remind or any of the other means listed on the contact information on the syllabus. Again, I'm here for you. This check register will count as a test grade, and there will be weekly sales. Hope this video helped explain how to maintain your check register, and if you have any questions, let me know.